Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Let me see. I gotta go live on this page because my other page won't let me share. It won't let me pull up this video that I'm trying to pull up for some reason. So I just decided to go live on this page. I'll tag my other who is that in Elevated Vibes? Thank you for coming through. I'll tag my other page in the comments. Let me see who else I got coming in. Let me see. Yes, sir. Let me see what else I got. See if I can get some people in here. Who I can get in here. What's going on, Jen? Gabrielle, Love Well Logic. Thank y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Press 1, please, if y'all can hear me. Please press 1. I don't know if it's going to let me do that with... Can y'all hear me? Can somebody press 1? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay. Thank you. I didn't know, so I had to go live on this page because it won't let me go live. It won't let me show this video on my other page. I don't know what that's about. So this is your eco, I always stick to what it is I do that can kind of encompass all the things that I do, which is I build ecosystems, right? So today we're going to talk, Saturday session, same thing, just on a different page. Let me see, let me tag. Contact problem prodigy.com post. Let me pin that comment. Nice. Thank y'all for joining. The race cars are out early this morning. I don't know what that's about. So this video I got planned is a video of Matt Gray, right? He's talking about the people you need for in your ecosystem, right? The people you need in your ecosystem for people that are building 8, 9, 10 figure, 7, 8, 9 figure businesses, right? So you see, he says, the type of people you need a closer, right? Closer got your back. You need a fixer, right? Because when you're moving fast, you break things. You need somebody that can put the pieces together. You need the artist. The artist is the creative, right? The person that comes through, puts the products together. You need the hacker, right? The hacker has an analytical mind. The hacker, can see what systems need to be in place, how things need to be put together. And then you got a visionary, right? The visionary is the person that focuses on the vision of the business, where you going, where you headed, the overall vision of what it is that you're trying to accomplish, what it is that you want to materialize, right? 9 times out of 10, you are the visionary of your business. right? Or maybe you hire a visionary. Maybe you bring a visionary on. You know what I'm saying? You work hand in hand with the visionary as the founder, you know. So let's talk about each of these and the role that they play, right, in your ecosystem. For those that are familiar with basketball, right, that's how I got your starting five. You know, then you need your plus one. So, you know, your starting five. If you're familiar with basketball, you know, just so we can shrink down the numbers. If it's football, it's a little bit more, whatever. But in basketball, you got a starting five, right? You have a center, you have a point guard, you got a shooting guard, you got a power forward, you got a small forward, right? Each of those people play a position. They play a role on the team. They play a role on the floor, right? The point guard is who we call the floor general, right? That's the person that sees the entire floor. That's the person that sets up the plays. That's the person that, you know, they see who's where on the floor, right? Can kind of be sort of the visionary, right? Or the coach is the visionary. So when we looking at like your ecosystem and how you building out your ecosystem, like really, really look at this video and how it's being played out. You know what I'm saying? Your closer. Okay, what is your closer? Your closer is the person that makes the deals, right? Your closer is the person that comes through. The closer is the communicator. The closer is the networker. The closer is the person that's getting out, boots on the ground. The closer is the person that's making sure that you're known. The closer is the person that's bringing deals through the door, right? You know, like when you have a sales team or you have people that are doing cold sales, right? They doing cold sales calls. They calling, they getting people in, right? Whenever they get people through the door, those calls or those prospects get handed off to the closer. The closer closes the deal. The closer knows the ins and outs. The closer is listening for what is it that this person needs, right? Oh, man, I forgot to put on Ray Avazino. What's good? What's good? How you doing, buddy? Haven't been live on this page, so this is kind of new. But, yeah, I wanted to show this video by Matt Gray to kind of give people an idea of what this is. You know, when we're talking about ecosystems, what Matt is explaining here is the perfect ecosystem to build your business, the perfect ecosystem to build a big business, to build your business to 7-8 figures, right? At minimum, you need this team to get to 8-9 figures, right? You need a closer. You need a visionary. You need a fixer, right? You need somebody that can fix the things that you break because you're moving fast. You need somebody that could pull all of these things together, all of the pieces, all the little pieces to the puzzle that you don't know how and where they all fit, right? Because you broke the system, right? Moving too fast. The fixer pulls all of that together, right? So in your ecosystem, you need people around you that can help you materialize whatever the vision is that you're trying to get to. Nubian Treasures Handcrafted, how you doing? How you doing? We're talking ecosystems today. You need the people around you that can help you pull this off, right? You got this grand vision. And I talked about this, maybe a few weeks ago or a couple of weeks ago, maybe last week. Your grand vision being like this puzzle, right? Peace and blessings. How you doing? Your grand vision being this puzzle, right? And you got all these puzzle pieces, right? So how are you putting these puzzle pieces together? Is it just you, right? Or who else do you need, right? Because as the saying goes, teams win championships. It takes a team to win a championship, right? You got to have people surrounding you. You have to have an ecosystem, right, surrounding you when it comes to building out your processes, building out your vision, putting your systems in place, whether that's sales, whether that's creating your funnels, whether that's your marketing, whether that's, how are you converting these prospects into actual clients? You know what I'm saying? How are you pulling all of this together? You need a team for that, right? As the saying goes, you want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go together, right? You go with a team. You got to build a team. You need a team around you. We all need ecosystems, right? Sometimes we're at the center of the ecosystem. Sometimes we're in someone else's ecosystem. Even if I have a business, I have a practice, I have something that I do, right? That also lends me to somebody else's ecosystem, right? I can still be a part of somebody else's ecosystem, right? Like if I have, if I have an agency, if I have a marketing agency, right? That marketing agency is its own ecosystem. But guess what? That marketing agency is a part of somebody else's ecosystem too. Somebody else that has a business that needs marketing, right? They need graphics, they need funnels, they need workflows. Then that marketing agency becomes a piece of the puzzle. It becomes God, son, what's good? Thank y'all for coming through. That marketing agency becomes a piece or a part of somebody else's ecosystem, right? It helps that person's ecosystem thrive, sustain, thrive, grow, right? So that's what the video is showing you. The video is showing you the key components to what you need in your ecosystem to go far, to go really, really far. You know what I'm saying? This ecosystem perspective on how do I make something happen? Because, a lot of times everybody want to act like lone wolves, right? I was just having this conversation with my brother the other day, or yesterday maybe. Everybody want to be lone wolves, right? I don't even know how the term lone wolf came to be, because guess what? Wolves travel in packs, right? Wolves have an ecosystem. So like the term lone wolf, I don't even know where that came from, because wolves travel in packs, right? And we was actually having a conversation about different people, cats that we grew up with, a conversation that I had with one of my partners from the neighborhood, and just doing different things. And the conversation was around, putting people together, having, trying to build an ecosystem of cats to get something done. And, I made the analogy that everybody wants to be in the starting five. Everybody want to be a starting player, right? Everybody want to be a starter. But what people don't realize is coming off the bench, if you're the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th man coming off the bench, you still just as important. The Healing Chamber join. How you doing? I had to go live on this page because my other page wouldn't let me show the video. I have no idea why the business page won't let me show the video. So back to what I was saying, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th man coming off the bench, you just as important, right? You're just as important, as simple as you're able to give somebody else some rest. You're able to give a starting player some rest, right? That's much needed. That's necessary in the game if you want to win, right? Being part of the ecosystem, right? Everybody plays a part. Every single person plays a part. You don't have to be a starter. Know your position. Know your position well, play your position well. You know what I'm saying? That's how the ecosystem evolves, it grows, it sustains, it builds. Like that's what helps the ecosystem thrive. That's what helps teams thrive, right? If we looking at it through the lens of basketball, right? Everybody plays a position and you don't have to be a starter. The thing is, guess what? If the team wins a championship, guess what happens? Everybody gets a ring. Even if you only played 20 minutes of all 7 games combined, right? The team wins a championship, everybody gets a ring. Nobody's left out. They don't say, oh, nah, you only, you didn't play. You only played 10 minutes. You don't get no ring because you wasn't, no, you was part of the team. You had on the jersey, right? You still represented the team somehow, right? Some eyes was on you. Don't matter if you was on the bench. If you came off the bench, you was able to give somebody some rest. Then guess what? You played an important role in that ecosystem, right? Even if it's just morale. If you the person that keeps the morale going, you on the sidelines, you clapping, you know what I mean? You giving cats the inspiration to keep going. They tired. You are playing an important role, right? So the conversation I was having was everybody want to be a starter, but everybody can't be a starter, right? It's okay to come off the bench. You're still a part of the ecosystem. Learn how to play your position in the ecosystem, right? Just as he's explaining right here, the different positions. Now, he's explaining your starting 5, right? But he's also explaining the pieces that you need to get the ecosystem started. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, like, people have to understand their positions and they gotta learn how to play their position well, right? You don't need everybody trying to be out front. You know what I'm saying? It's not meant for you. If it's not meant for you, be okay with that. Still learn to understand that your position is still important in everything that's happening in this ecosystem or in this business, or, you know what I'm saying? And as leaders, as the leader, as the founder, as the visionary, right? As a CEO, the visionary, it is your place to make sure that you know what position people go in, right? You don't want to have the closer in the fixer position. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have the artist in the closer position. You got to know who fits where, what piece, where does this piece in the puzzle fit in the right place? You know what I'm saying? So make sure you know where they fit, and make sure you know even those that aren't in the starting 5. Make sure those in the starting 5 know how important they are. The ones that aren't in the starting 5, you as the leader also have to let them know how important their position is so they don't come through feeling inadequate, right? As the visionary, as the leader, as the CEO, you are the person that makes sure the team is moving in the direction that they're supposed to move. You're the person that makes sure everybody on the team understands how important their role and their position is, right? Make sure that you're doing a wonderful job of that. Make sure you're doing a great job of that. Make sure that you are boosting the morale. Make sure that everybody on your team understands that their role is just as important as anyone else's. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about who fills in for Steph, who fills in for Klay Thompson, right? Who gives them the rest, right? When they need rest, somebody else got to go in. When Steph gets hurt, he need to go back to the locker room. I don't know, he got muscle spasms, muscle cramps, whatever. Somebody else got to step in, right? So, when we're building, these are the things we got to think about. We got to have this top of mind. This has to be pertinent when we building businesses, when we building ecosystems, even in your home life, in your family, right? Those of us that have children, you have multiple children, your spouse, you know, your brother, your sister, whoever it is, right? Everybody has to understand their position. We all play a role, even in families, right? Maybe your son is good at this. Maybe your daughter's good at this, right? Maybe your son can cook. Maybe your daughter's good at morale. Maybe somebody, you know, the daughter is helping the son with homework because she's great at math or whatever. It allows you, the parent, not have so many demands on you, right? Because everybody's playing their position in this ecosystem, right? And we doing everything to make sure we don't let in any invasive species, right? So I just wanted to shoot this quick gem out. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be on here long. Hopefully y'all can see the video. Hopefully the video makes sense to y'all. You know, the people you need. Coach Brandy Lee, how you doing? Thank you for coming out. But, you know, when we talk about these different pieces, right? Like he just talked about the visionary, the vision, the impossible future. The visionary takes us into the unknown, right? The visionary is the person that, you know, like I said, that's the CEO, that's the founder. That's the person that's all about the innovation. Peace, thanks. That's the person that's all about innovation. That's the person that's guiding, you know, that's the lighthouse, that's the guiding light, right? The visionary is walking us through these pieces, these places that nobody really knows what the outcome is gonna, but the visionary does. The visionary has the vision. The visionary has a clear vision. The visionary is making sure that this vision is happening. The visionary is making sure that the pieces of the puzzle to the ecosystem is in place in order that this vision can happen. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that everybody understands, I got you. Just ride with me, right? Making sure that everybody understands that vision. Making sure everybody can buy into this vision, see this vision, move forward, right? Where it's like your own army, right? It's your own army. It's your minions, your army, right? The thing is, for us to understand, we all are important. Nobody's special, but we're all important. We are all important. Nobody's special. We have to understand that as visionaries, as leaders, right? We got to make sure that people understand what that looks like, right? These 5 savages. So let's kind of go through, right? The closer. The closer makes it rain, right? I think I already expressed about the closer, already, you know, determined the closer, right? The fixer. The fixer comes through and fixes things. When things get broken, when the systems fall apart, when the people aren't moving the way that they need to, right? The fixer comes through and says, oh, well, these pieces aren't in the right place, right? Like you see, you got this piece, it's not operating correctly, right? The fixer fixes that. The fixer comes through and fixes those things, the systems. The workflows are out of balance, right? The workflows, a trigger's not working, right? In your automation system, in your workflow, a trigger's not working. The email's not going out the way it's supposed to, or it's too many emails going out. It's, you know, it's triggering too many emails. It's triggering the same email. The fixer comes through and fixes that, right? The artist is the product does product management, right? The artist comes through and creates from the vision, what is it, what products and services do we need, right? What are we selling? What do we have for people to buy? The artist creates that. That's the creative in the ecosystem. The artist creates all of the artist makes it beautiful, right? The artist makes it, puts the bells and whistles on it. The artist kind of, builds it all, puts it all together, makes it pretty, makes it, the artist makes whatever it is, whatever that product or service is, the artist makes it, makes people want that, right? It's like, your mouth watering. You know how you see a commercial and it's food and something and, I don't know, it's a steak or it's a lobster and whatever it might be. And, it, your mouth is watering. Like the artist did that. The artist put that together. The artist made that happen. The artist was the reason that visual made you want to go out and go to that restaurant. You know what I'm saying? The artist is the reason behind art. The artist pulls it all together, right? Then you got the hacker. The hacker is the person that sees a lot of these systems and knows how to, we call hackers for a reason, because they know how to reverse engineer things. The hacker comes through and says, oh, well, let's take this piece of the system. Let's take a piece of this other system. Let's take a piece of this other system and let's bring them all together, right? And I want to tie all of this in to HD. So if we look at human design, right? Human design was a hacker system. We look at Ra as a hacker. You know what I'm saying? Human design takes astrology, the I Ching, the chakra system, the Kabbalistic tree of life, quantum mechanics, and brings them all together, right? That's what hackers do. You reverse engineer things and you make things work together. You pull all of that together, right? The hacker also says, well, we got this person over here. We got this closer right here, but the closer is also good at being an artist. You know what I'm saying? Or the closer is also good at being a fixer, right? So a hacker is a hacker is your secret weapon. A hacker is the person that can kind of do it all because they see things from a different space. The hacker sees things from a completely different perspective, from a different view. A hacker kind of zeroes, they stand back. A hacker stands back. Apologies for that. The hacker stands back and they see the big picture and they see the holes in things. Kind of like the fixer, right? They see the holes in things. And the hacker says, okay, this piece needs to go over here. It makes more sense. Sounds like a projector. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. It's funny because when you're thinking about projectors are really the visionaries. You know what I'm saying? If you think about projectors in business, projectors are normally the CEOs. Projectors can be founders, right? They're the visionaries. They take things and they design what the vision looks like, right? Hackers would be, to me, a hacker would be more of a reflector, right? A reflector can go between a hacker and a fixer. And that was the thing I want to like relate these pieces to the human design pieces, right? We know that the artist is the Manny Jinn, right? The Manny Jinn could also be a hacker, right? Because we do not actually want to actually do the work, Right. Absolutely. Um, Manny Gens, Manny Gens would go between hackers and fixers, right? Or artists. Manny Gens could play a lot of different roles in this. But I'm just not saying that each role is fixed to anyone. What I'm saying is these are some of the roles that your Manny Gens, your generators, your projectors, your reflectors, your manifestors, right? These are some of the roles that they play. The manifester can play the role of the visionary, right? Chris Live, what's going on? So, yeah. Going back to that, like the manifester can play the role of visionary, right? The manifester can also be the artist, right? So when you're looking at like and just tying these into when you're building out your team, when you're building out your ecosystem, and you're using HD, you're using the Penta to pull these pieces together. Like, think about some of these like some of the positions that these people are playing in your ecosystem, right? As a Manny Gen, as a manifester, as a generator, as a projector, as a reflector, right? What positions do you have them in, right? We know manifestors are, they inform, they manifest, things like that. We know generators respond. We know generators are builders, right? We know MGs, many gens are express builders, right? We know all of that. But what position do you have them in your ecosystem? Are they the fixer, right? Are they the closer? Generators are great closers, right? Because once you give a generator something to do, you give the generator a project. Once you give a generator a focus, they going after it. They building. That's what they know how to do. They know how to stick to the vision, whatever that vision is. They know how to stick to it. They know how to move on it. They know how to make it happen. They stay hard at it, right? When you're talking about hackers and fixers, those are very multidisciplinary things that need to happen, right? Many gens fit perfectly in that, right? Projectors, manifestors, they fit perfectly in the visionary position, right? Because as my man Rashid said, they don't want to actually do the work, right? It ain't about doing it. It's about getting it done. It's about making it happen. That's what projectors are great at. They're great visionaries. They're great CEOs. They're great founders, right? Manifestors, great founders, right? So, yeah, really quick. I ain't going to stay on here long. I got some things I got to do today. But, yeah, just wanted to pop in, give y'all that quick gem. Like, when you talking about building out your ecosystem, this is some of the stuff that you got to think about. Some of the things that should be top of mind. Some of the things that you got to, like, pay attention to. Who's where, what positions that they playing. Making sure that everybody knows their position. Making sure that everybody is practicing, is a real practitioner of that position, that they're the role that they in, right? Making sure that everybody knows that everybody is important in this ecosystem. Everybody is nobody's special. We're all important. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said, just wanted to drop that quick gem. I might holler at y'all later on today. If I get some time, I'll go live on my other page. I'll try and take this and post it on the other page. But yeah, it wouldn't let me show this video on my other page. So that's the reason I went live over here. But I'll try and go live later on today on the other page. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Peace.